na velha rua da Palma, onde dia deixei presa a minha alma.
Hello everyone, my name is Matilde and the theme of this presentation is Fado, the soul of Portugal. Fado is a Portuguese musical style. It is usually interpreted by a singer, also known as fadista, a Portuguese guitar, guitarra portuguesa, and a classical guitar. In a world where millions of people don't live in the country that they were born in, music has a powerful identity factor. This is personally true regarding Fado. Musical genre allowed millions of immigrants like me to recognize themselves as Portuguese. Fado means fate and destiny. It originated in popular context in Lisbon in the early 18th century. It came to be in a spontaneous way in several moments and places. The themes were inspired by day-to-day situations where people mourned their evil destinies. Due to the prevailing political situation caused by internal migration, this style of music developed in the poor neighborhoods of Lisbon. Population growth, combined with poor living conditions, led to smuggling, theft, and prostitution. As a consequence, taverns and tolerance houses were created and named Casas de Fado, Fado houses. Fado's true home is Alfama and Moraria, the city's poor quarters that display the picturesque squalor on the slopes beneath St. George's Castle. Fado was a way of people to escape the dictatorship during the 20th century. It was the art of the poor and the lost. After the revolution in 1974, Fado was almost unheard of. The reason for this is that it was associated with the same regime it was trying to fight. It was picked up again in the 1990s by the younger generation that revived this exceptional kind of music. The expansion of Fado in its repertoire in its maturation led to music to escape from the poor neighborhoods and become beloved by aristocrats and intellectuals. The musicians and singers of Fado now pay attention to their appearance, whilst the selection of lyrics is done very carefully and without improvisation. True Fado is always sad. It is usually in the minor, but it retains the minor's melancholic character even when major. It can be wild, finally exultant in its sadness, or it can be pathetic and almost languid in its resignation. Its refined cadences breathe a spirit of theatrical self-pity mixed with genuine sincerity. It's emotional, it's passionate, erotic, and sensual, but it's also fundamentally simple and unpretentious. Perhaps this is because these qualities, while incompatible with Anglo-Saxon thinking, are reconciled in a Portuguese temperament, or at least in one aspect of it. Nowadays, the international success of Fado is undeniable. This, of course, has captivated the interest of the international media. The significance of this is that the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, also known as UNESCO, designated Fado as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity in November 2011. Despite the difficulties, Fado has remained strong and has unquestionably won a place in our hearts. Several authors in cultural geography agree that music and place have a two-way relationship. It is argued that places, because of their historical and cultural characteristics, can generate specific musical genres. These, in turn, help to define and distinguish the places where they were born in. In this idea, there is a deterministic relationship between place and culture. Different musical styles and sounds emerge from different places, and musicians can relate to their surroundings. Fadistas made Fado the amazing artistry that it is considered today. One cannot talk about Fado without mentioning the talented Amália Rodrigues. Around the 1950s, Fado crosses paths with who would become one of the biggest Portuguese symbols, Amália Rodrigues. She was an actress, a singer, and a fadista. She had an important role in making Fado international. She also consolidated it as an art form. Amália Rodrigues' Fado expanded both language and cultural borders. Since she became a fadista until she died in 1999, Amália was a national and cultural icon. She took Portugal with her to the four corners of the world through Fado. One of my favorite quotes of her is, "The only thing that matters is to feel the Fado. The Fado is not meant to be sung. It simply happens. You feel it, you don't understand it, and you don't explain it." Music has always inspired me, especially Fado. One of my first connections with music was listening to Fado. To say that I enjoy hearing and singing it would be an understatement. During the summer, I started singing some Fado songs with my 15-year-old brother who plays the guitar. Singing Fado is very personally fulfilling, and sharing it with friends and family makes it even more special. Last academic year, I was part of the final exam of a Portuguese dancer friend of mine, where I and some friends played a few Fado songs with a jazz twist on them. The project's name was Fado Urbano. It was very interesting to be part of its creation. It was a unique experience for me. I will now share a part of the video of our final performance. I hope you enjoy it.
Menino, não deites barra à parede, que este rosa é peixe fino.
Lastly, I would like to share a word that only exists in Portuguese, and that can describe Fado very well. Saudade. Saudade is longing, saudade is missing someone or something in a very passionate way. It is what you feel when changes in your life make you lose parts of yourself that you really loved. Fado is more than just a musical genre. It is a hidden part of the Portuguese soul. It is our own fate. It is love, pain, happiness, memories, and sadness. Close your eyes and travel with this wonderful music whenever you can. Thank you.
Das procissões a passar, da severa